What's up, everybody? Welcome back to 2nd Street. John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum is now in theaters, and today I'm going to be giving you my review on that film, and that's coming right up. Thank you all so much for tuning into the 2nd Street Marvel today. I'm your host Trinity, and today I am going to be giving you my review of John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. Now, this is the third installment of the John Wick franchise. Now, this third installment was once again directed by Chad Stahelski. He is the director of all three of these films. Now, he has worked closely with Keanu Reeves ever since they met on the set of the Matrix films, and they have had a pretty good working relationship ever since. He has done a great job coming in and directing all of these movies. I believe that as a stuntman, he knows what's going to work when it comes to making action-packed movies like this, and he knows what's going to look good on screen and how to present it. And there's certainly a whole lot of proof of that in John Wick Chapter 3. John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum stars Keanu Reeves, Halle Berry, Ian McShane, Lawrence Fishburne, Asia Kate Dillon, Lance Reddick. Now, this movie is action-packed. Everybody brings their A game. Lots of good guys, lots of bad guys, lots of action. And when you go to see a movie like this, you're not looking for all the best cinematics in the world and things like that. You're looking to strap into your seat and have one hell of a time. And that's exactly what we get in this film. You get a lot of action, whether you want kung fu, action on horses, action on motorcycles. It doesn't really matter. You're going to get just about everything in this movie. The whole first half hour of the movie, I was sitting there with just the hugest smile on my face. It was really a thrill ride. It was just absolutely fun to be at this movie. The action is almost nonstop. It slows down at a couple of points to give you, some of the story, and the story in this movie is actually really good. It ties in right along with John Wick Chapter 2. It all goes right in together. I mean, one picks up right after the other. It's almost like it never even stopped. And that's one thing I like about this film. Now, it is very rare that a sequel comes in and actually outdoes the movie that came before it, the first one. The second one is never as good as the first one. Well, I have to say there's an argument to be made here with this John Wick franchise. The first one was actually really good, okay? It had a lot of great action in it. It had a really good story, and that's where a lot of this character was grounded. And I think that's why a lot of original films end up the first one being the best. Well, John Wick Chapter 2 actually went on to kind of capitalize a little more on that. It had a little more action, and there wasn't as much story there because we already had him established in this world, so there's kind of no need to really go into a whole lot of that more. It's more just kind of character development at that point and what they're going through so much as the story that gets them established. And here, once again, in John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, we get a little more of that. It picks up almost exactly where Chapter 2 leaves off. So it's really good. You jump right into the action. There's plenty of callbacks to the other films in this movie. Obviously, there's actually just kind of some callbacks to other movies as well, and they're not really done in a cheesy way. It's just kind of stuff that makes you giggle when you're watching the movie. Now, as I said, when you're watching this movie, you're not looking for Oscar-worthy acting and all those kinds of things. You're looking for just great, convincing action, a good thrill ride, great choreography, and you get all of that in this movie. The action, like I said, it's non-stop. The actors who were in this really did a great job. And in a movie like this, with somebody like Chad Stahelski at the helm, you're going to get a really well choreographed movie, and that's what you got in this movie. The one thing I liked about the action in this movie was there's not in all of these movies, there's not a whole bunch of that shaky camera stuff where you can't really see what's going on. Now, sometimes there are quick cuts and edits and things like that, and I think that helps out. But once again, in this movie, they showed that some of it is kind of really grounded in reality. You can see as they're getting beat up, they're trying to reload and do these different things, that they are slowing down. It's done slow. You see some of the fighting, it almost looks sloppy. And that's, I really like seeing that in a film like this. There is a bunch of things to laugh about in this film. Mark Dacascos does really good in his role in this movie. Now, he's not one of those actors that's an A-rate actor. He's more of a B-rate great star. And you know, in this movie, they really played to his strengths, and he really shined in this movie. He did. Now, some would argue that maybe Keanu Reeves isn't perhaps an A-list actor, and you know what? I think there's maybe an argument to be made there. He's not the greatest actor in the world, but you know what? I'm a huge fan of Keanu Reeves. I always have been. A movie like this really plays to his strengths. He knows how to get beat up and make it look good and convincing, and he does that once again in this film. And you know, he also just has this kind of this look, you know, when he's all unshaven, he's beaten up. He just knows how to do these kind of action films really well. He's just really good at doing them. He's done a lot of these similar type movies in the past, like you know, like some of the lower budget ones I've seen lately, just here over the past few years. He's really been doing a lot, and he's the kind of actor who likes doing these kinds of movies. I don't think he's the kind of guy who goes out there and thinks that he's like the greatest dramatic actor or the best action star. He's just not that guy. He's actually a really just a grounded individual, and he is a great actor when it comes to doing the things, and he's passionate about the things that he does. And when he does the things that he's good at, he really shines, and that's what you get in this film. Overall, I have to give this movie an A, man. This movie, I would say it's 5 stars. It really is. This movie delivers on every level that you need a movie like this to deliver on. It's just an absolute thrill ride. I think you need to get out and see this movie. If you've seen the previous 2 movies, you definitely have to go and check it out on the big screen in IMAX. All the action. I mean, you get, like I said, you want kung fu, hand-to-hand combat. It's all there. And you see in this movie, once again, that John Wick is not a guy that you want to mess with. He is very smart, very cunning warrior, and you just don't want to mess with him. Like I said, don't mess with John Wick. You gotta go out and check him out. And now I guess we're gonna have to see. This is only Saturday, and I'm not sure if you'll see this movie by Sunday, but obviously, hopefully you check this video out by the end of the weekend, and we'll see at the beginning of the week on the Trailer Park News. I will let you all know how it stacks up against Avengers Endgame at the box office. So that's all I have for this video. Like I said, I really enjoyed this movie. I give it 5 stars. Lots of action, good story. Everything about this movie was really good. It looks like they've built a really good franchise here, and this movie is set to make a lot of money. I guarantee it is. It looks like it's already tracking pretty good. I gotta tell you, as this movie got closer, the excitement built, and by the time I was sitting in my seat at the theater, I was so excited and ready to see this movie. And I think if you're a fan of this franchise, you will be too. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this movie review. Now, if you like this video or this is your first time here, please make sure you're subscribed and click the little bell so you get notifications anytime we have uploaded new content. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you don't, that's okay. You can give it a thumbs down as well. And let me know what you think about this review and about this movie, if you've seen it, down in the comments below. And if there's anything that you would like me to touch more on, please let me know down in the comments below, as it does help me grow and improve on my movie reviews and help grow this channel. Thank you all so much for being here. You all have a very good day. Go to the movies and see this. We'll see you at the theater. Take it easy.